Hello and welcome to today's video, in which we are going to look at a feature that I think only S7 1500 PLCs have. So I checked 1200s, I couldn't find anything about it. 300s, they don't have it. 400s, they don't have it. I think it's only 1500s, but all of them. You can correct me if I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, just put a comment down below. I only checked really in detail with the 1500s, they have it. So the one I have here has it. It is called a web server. So sometimes you want to do some diagnostic functionality and you don't really want to go into TIA Portal. The nice thing is the 1500s PLCs, they have this nice little display. So you can already do a lot with this display. What I prefer is actually hooking up a laptop to it or a PG. PG is, by the way, if you were wondering, it shows up sometimes in my videos and sometimes in TIA. It's PG means Programmiergerät, which is the German word for programming device. Yeah. So my PG right now is my huge desktop PC here. I hooked that up, and what we could do is we could just type in our browser. So I've got this PLC downloaded. This PLC, I am connected to port 1 here, right? To this one, exactly there. This is where I'm connected. And the PLC has the Ethernet address 192.168.0.101. So what I could theoretically do is I could go in my browser and type in that IP address, hit enter, and then I would have access to the PLC. This is how the internet works. I type in an address, I get access to something. Right now you see, hey, I can't. Even if you don't understand German, you see, hey, this looks sad, I cannot access it. To be able to access the PLC using this web interface, right? Web interface, I need to activate on the PLC something called, that's a web server. You see that? Web server. I need to activate that. I could either activate it now for just this one, this one interface here. But if I click on the PLC itself, there is something called web server. You see it here, web server, and I can say activate web server on this module. Right? As soon as I do that, it tells me security note. Activating the web server reduces protection from unauthorized access to functions and data on the device from the outside and over the network. So right now, we're taking a little bit of protection away, not just a little bit, a lot actually, but we can now access with our PC. Right? Of course, we can password protect it. I will show you how in a minute, but I just want to say, yes, okay, that is okay. Automatic update, yeah, that doesn't matter. If this is active, it just tells you, yeah, well, the website is going to automatically update. I don't like that, so I will leave that off. So I won't make any more adjustments. I will now download the PLC here, and I will download that to my physical PLC. I've got one sitting down there. And now if I type in the IP address, you will see magically this pops up. This is exactly the device I have. I have a Simatic S7 1500 CPU 15163 PNDP, and you see that's very nice. I have some access to the controller. On the top right here, we see some links to Siemens websites. I don't need that. We can change the language to, I can't read that. Maybe I can understand a little bit Spanish. I can understand a little bit of Italian, Francais, French, that's what it's in English. French, I should be able to maneuver through. English, I can do. German, I can do as well. Let's stay with English. Right, English, and then we have this big enter button here on the top, and you see, I see the PLC, I see the station name, I see the version number, I see the module name, I see the type, I see the status right now. So I can just read data. Right now I can just read data, and I can go back to the introduction here, right, and that's the start page. That's already nice. I can see definitely, at the least I can see is the operating mode. That's great. That's great, right? I can see that. If I would change the mode selector, I haven't tested that. Let me change the mode selector right now. So I got to go down there. Let's see. I switched the mode selector, but I now need to refresh the website, of course, because it's not automatically updating. That's not how it works. You see, haha, what did I put it to? MRES. There we go. We can see it, right? I don't want that, but we can see some information using a standard web browser. Of course, I use Chrome because I deem it is the best, but of course Internet Explorer and Firefox and Opera and Safari, they all should work. Let me pop that back on, and now it should be back and run. See, that's already very nice. Let's see what else we can do with this. So on the PLC here, I can see user management. Everybody has a minimum access, and you can see if I go to minimum is just what we just saw, and you see there's much more. Let's go a little bit more down. What we see on the bottom is an overview of interfaces. So right now the web server is only active on this interface, on interface 1, and not on this. If I'm connected here, we can't get there. I can now activate this by pressing either on the interface and just enable it on the interface, or on the PLC, scrolling down here, now it's active for both, right? I want it active for both. We can do individual ones, but that's also fine. Yes, the next thing I want to do is actually everybody, right? Everybody right now has the minimum rights. I could make a new user. Let's make a new user. This user is... Whoops. I just wanted to change the name. I just typed in too many. Whoops. I could also delete them all at once, but I am lazy. So one new user, that's this guy, right? And this guy needs a password. I can give it a password. I will give it a nice password 1234. 1234. Right? And this guy should have an access level that is a little bit higher. Let's give it a little bit higher. Those are all the functions that I have right now for this PLC, right? Other PLCs, other firmware versions have more features, of course. Well, maybe I want a little bit more. Administrative, that's the highest one that you can get. So if I download now, I load in, I finish. I go back to the IP address. Right, I'm back here, I enter, and you see the standard user. Oops. The standard user, so everybody, the one without a login, can still do the same thing. He can read a little bit. Let's go with the mighty guy. I can just log in. 1, 2, 3, 4, was that the right one? Yeah. No, I don't want to save that. You see I'm logged in, and now I can see way more. I can see the start page, of course, that's the minimum. I can see diagnostics. What's my current status, right? What's the hardware version? What's the firmware version? What is my memory right now? Like my load memory, I will have another video about memory types. I can look into the diagnostics buffer. What was happening with the PLC? Like the diagnostics buffer, I can just read on the PC here very easily. Module information, what's going on right now. I can click on this, and then I see even the individual modules that are connected to it. I can see alarms. I haven't programmed any, so they are not there. I can see communications. What is connected? What is my connection status? I can see the topology. What is connected exactly at which port? I can see a text status. That's also interesting. I can see a so-called text status. Right now, my PLC does not have any variables. I could create variables. Let's just quickly create one, and I will just call it hello. It's data type bool, and it's M00. Let's download this one. And I don't need to close the website because the website is only updated on demand. So I've added the variable. The variable is called hello. So if I now know the name, I will just type in hello. I hit enter, and I can see the value of it right now. So I can even inspect my program if I know it a little bit, right? I can say true, modifying the value, true, apply, and you see I can even change things because my user has the rights to do it. Of course, you could have a user that can only read, but I have right now all administrative rights. So right now that should also be true in here. I haven't tested it yet. Yes. So it's also true on the real PLC. That is not so important for you. That was just my test in before. I can go 0 here again. I have to click false actually, apply, and you see it changes on the PLC. That's very nice. What we can also do is we can work with watch tables. I can activate watch tables on the PLC, but first, of course, I have to create some. So let's create a watch table here. Watch table, add a new watch table. That's called watch table 1. Sure, why not? I want a new variable in here, which is hello, right? You could have more values in here. You could have a whole data block in here. You could have so much in here. This is just a collection of things that you want to see at once. You could have multiple watch tables, right? With more than one value definitely in there. This is just an example of what you could do. So I've got those two now. The only thing that I need to do before I can check them here is, of course, download. But one more thing. I need to activate on the PLC here, hey, which watch table in the list down here, which watch table should be available for the user. Hey, watch table 1. I can also use the force table, of course, and watch table 2. What should be the access? Watch table 1, I want to read and write. Watch table 2, maybe I just want to read. If I download now, you will see that the following is the case. I can now, if I refresh, oh, I'm logged out now. If I go to watch tables, I can select the watch table. Why can I only select one? The other one is empty. Of course, empty watch table does not make sense. I can see a watch table. You see, those are all the variables I added in there. I have only one. I can see the value. I can see the address. I can see that I can change it because I have the right to change it. And we just selected yes, we can also change it. See, so this web server right now is very, very powerful actually. One other thing that I really, really like actually are customer pages. We can create websites in there. So we could create a whole HMI, a whole web interface that I can also access through the internet, which is very, very nice. This has to be written in HTML. I do not speak any HTML, maybe a little bit basic, but not too much. Too much in-depth HTML. So I don't have that right now. I won't show it. Maybe on a later video I will show you how to create actually websites on there. That's pretty nice. We can go to a file browser. I can look what's on the PLC. You see there's two files, a log file and an info file. I don't know what those are. We can download them and check them. We can also upload onto the PLC if we want. We can do data logs, but of course I don't have any data logs right now. And that's it, what we can see. I can go back here. Pretty nice. Was there anything else we can select down here? Let me check. This is the websites where we can make user-defined pages. Not going to do that right now. Way too much. No, not much more. So this is a rough introduction to web servers available for S7 1500s. I have never used them. I gotta admit, I have never really used them, but I think they are very helpful for at least diagnostics and looking what's wrong with your PLC. And also, you don't have to directly go there anymore. You could have this set up and you can access that from the internet or from any network basically that's connected. If you have an interface to the internet, then you can access it through the internet, which is very, very nice. Of course, also risky if you have your data out there. That's a different story. Not talking about security right now, but I think web servers are very powerful and a very helpful tool that I want to use more. But the industry is not yet there. It's slowly getting there with Internet of Things, with Industry 4.0. We're getting there where everything is connected, everything is smart, everything has a web server. Slowly getting there, and the PLCs here are prepared. I like it very much. If you like this video, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.